Hey y'all, Rhonda here. Hope everyone's doing well. Well. I'm ready to get my Halloween on. So I have something new from Spellbinders. We have booze cocktails, which I guess they forgot to add the little hand in the picture, so they had to add it right there. That's included. Anyway, so you have your big creepy hand there, your witch's hat, you have some drippy, oozy stuff, all kinds of things for a cocktail, except for the cocktail glass. But have no fear, we have cocktail glass. We have olive martinis in this one. And then I'm thinking, if you guys have been around at all, I'm kind of thinking, haven't decided for sure, want to do some background texture. I haven't used this Simon Hurley's plaster 3D embossing folder yet. So I'm thinking we might use that. I was kind of thinking about the bubble or the circle embossing folder with Spellbinders. I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth. And as far as the color, I'm still up in the air. Spellbinders cardstock brushed silver. I think we're going to cut that out of the Martini glass. And then I have some vellum. I may want to do some bubbles. These little guys right here. Make those into little bubbles and maybe cut some of those out in the vellum. And then I have the Spellbinders glitter foam sheets. It comes in black and white. It comes in, there's like 2 colors per pack. This stuff cuts like a dream. I mean, you can cut little teeny tiny, like the little fingers on those hands. It'll cut it out just perfect. It doesn't distort. It doesn't lose its shape in any way. I mean, this stuff is fantastic. And it does come in just solid colors, but in the sparklies, it has like teal and peacock and green and red Christmas. Anyway, it comes in different things. But anyway, check it out. That stuff's wonderful. So this is what I'm kind of playing with. As far as the background, I don't know. I thought I'd do a little bit of cutting and see what comes to me. Because, I do this like I get dressed. You have your little black skirt, you pick out your blouse, your shoes, your jewelry, your purse, and then sometimes you're not feeling that blouse, so you change it, but then you got to change your purse and your shoes. And so that's just how I roll right here. So sometimes I have things in my head, and then when it comes out, it's nothing like was in my head. It was in somebody else's head. I don't know. So I'm kind of thinking maybe purple around the edges, maybe black and purple. Anyway, I'm just going to start cutting and see what comes to me. Yeah, because then I'm toying with the fact that if I use the white foam on the creepy hand, on the skeleton hand, will the silver show up? So does it need to be in black? I know. So I may just cut stuff out of the different colors, and then we may end up making a couple of cards. Ooh, excuse me. Who knows? But anyway, these two I'm using for sure. And let's just see what we come up with. All right. I'll be right back. All right. I thought I'd work on the background. Yes, I have Jen of Genevieve Designs on in the background. She's my buddy, my crafting buddy. I turn her on, and anyway, she has nice long videos. I love her voice. She's just a joy to listen to, and so it's like she's right here crafting with me, and so I have her in the background a lot. And anyway, all right, so I was thinking, I did some die cutting, so I think I know where I'm going there. Background. I still think I'm going to use the Simon Hurley's what's it called, plaster background. So I have black, some distress oxides, Villainous Potion, Wilted Violet, and Black Soot. So we're going to start with these. I'm going to do the Wilted Violet because it's the lightest. I'm going to do that one first. And I'm just going to start going around the edges. And whenever you do this, you always want to start off your page and go into what you're working on, because if not, if you start right there, and then you're going to have that spot and you're not going to be able to get it out at all. So I'm going to work this in. I'm going to go in a little ways because I'm going to build this up. I do want to leave the middle light. And I really don't want to touch where I'm working on because the oil in my fingers, I don't care if you just wash them, if you just use hand sanitizer, whatever, you still have oil in your hands. And it'll make a oil spot there and you won't be able to get it off. So another thing you can do is just take a scrap piece of paper and hold it, or paper towel or something. Okay, so let's just kind of get that light color down. Then we're going to go in with Villainous Potion, darker. We're not going to go in quite as far, so we're going to build this up a little. Rotate that around. And I'm not trying to make it really smooth, like on some of my projects I would, you know, where you really want it blended and really a smooth transition, because we're going to use that plaster embossing folder. And I just think it'd be cool. Okay. Now let's go in with a little bit of black soot to really deepen the edges. We're just going to do the edges. And then I was thinking as I'm doing this, I cut this at A2 size, so I can't have a border around it unless I want to redo my edges, which I guess I could because it's just the black. But something you need to think of before you get too far into it. So I like the way that's looking. Giving a little tunnel vision there. And a little bit up here. Okay. So I'm going to hit this with my heat tool just to set it, because I always like to do that. And then I'm going to spritz the back of it and run it through the embossing folder. I don't want to do the front because I don't want speckles on there. So I'll just spritz the back and then, like I said, run it through the embossing folder, and I'll be right back. Okie doke. Run it through the embossing folder, and this is what we have. Very cool. I was thinking we need a little something extra on there. So I took the vellum that I was working with, and I got out some of Lisa Horton's Interference inks, because I was thinking maybe my bubbles needed a little color or something. So this is what, I mean, I know it's a little hard to see, but you can see the shimmer. So this is kind of a brown, this is a blue, and then there's an orange. So I thought we could highlight a little bit of this with the, let's see, there's the purple and the blue. I'm going to do this one because I want it to be a little contrasting color. So the same thing with this. Light this up, and I'm going to go start off and then go in. I'm going to go kind of lightly. Now, if you really wanted to cover this, you would want to use a flat sponge. You don't want to use a brush, because it will get in all the bumps and lumps and all that stuff. If you want to just highlight it, use a flat dauber like this, and then you could go over the top, and it's just going to hit the highlighted areas. This, we're just going to add a little here and there around the edges, because this one actually, you can tell it's blue and brown depending on what color paper you put it on. Oops. Oh, I had some schmutz on my hand. Dadgum. Maybe we'll cover that up. Hopefully. All right, dadgum, dadgum. All right, so can you see that little bit of blue shimmer around the edges? Isn't that cool? Love me some Lisa Horton. All right, and if I have to, since that's in the middle in white, I could actually cover that up with something white. All right, let's play around with what we're going to put on here. So I cut out my skeleton hand in that foam. You can kind of see the sparkly. Oh, I better wipe my hands off. Okay, make sure my hands are clean. Yeah, okay. So I got out my little skeleton hand in that glittery foam, and the glitter does not come off. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. I mean, it is, what time is it? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. So I cut it out of just white cardstock, and I'm going to layer that up just to give it a little more stability. So I'll glue those together. And then I did decide to go ahead and cut this out, the Martini glass, out of silver. And then out of vellum, this is that Spellbinders. It's kind of a pearlescent vellum. So I cut those pieces out. I cut out some bubbles. And I cut out, excuse me, the legs. Let's see, they go this way. There's like the little stockings, and we have the little boots that are going to go on bottom. And I did go ahead and ink those up just a little bit around the edges. So that'll go on like that. The boots. I'm going to have to get my jewel picker out here. There's the top. And I did ink around the green part there just to give it a little dimension. And then we have our buckles to go on our boots there. And then I did cut out a little stir stick, and I cut out a couple of those so I can layer those up and give it a little more stability. And then with this Martini die, it comes with some pieces that actually you could make the layers like in a drink, a martini. So I went ahead and cut all of those out of the vellum, jewel picker, because I think I'm going to hit the edges probably with a little bit of Lisa Horton's interference ink, and then you just layer these up to make it look like you have a drink. Like I said, I know it's a little hard to tell. That's why I'm going to hit it with a little interference ink. And then we have bubbles of different sizes. I'm going to hit those with a little bit of ink around the edges. And then I cut out a bat of the sparkly foam paper that's going to go on the end of my stir stick. And I was going to make it really ghoulish with the eyeballs and the martini and all that. But I thought, well, I'm going to take this to work and use it for a sample. And I didn't want to make it too over the top because some people don't like that. So I thought I'd make this one just a little on the, not so ghoulish side. And then we'll make another one that's all out, with the eyeballs and the everything. So let me start gluing. And like I said, I'm going to hit these edges because we have the little drippies. I'm going to hit the bubbles and the little drippies and the little bit in the martini. I'll hit that with a little interference ink. And just to give it a little shimmer that something's there, like this. Like I said, you don't really notice it until you turn it. And then you see that beautiful interference ink. All right, let me do that and I'll be back. Okie doke. Let's kind of dry fit everything. So, and I did have to take some of my white out, and I just dabbed it on my little schmutz there because I wasn't going to be able to cover it up. All right, I'm going to put this down towards the bottom. And then we need our hand here. So he's holding the martini glass. And then, can you kind of see? I mean, there's just a little bit of extra shimmer on that because I hit it with some of Lisa Horton's interference inks. And then here's another piece to kind of layer it up. Hit that with a little bit of color. Just ever so slightly. Oh, come on. And then the top one. I want to get it on there straight. So that way it gives it just a little hint of color that something's in there. We have our little Martini stir. Do we want it on the... Need to go in between those. And we have our little sparkly bat on the end. So of course I'll make that go down a little bit more. And I may put that behind the vellum. I probably will. So it looks a little more realistic. Oh, wait a minute. We need to add our little legs here. And then our hand. And then we have some of our little drippy-doos. And what did I do with my other drippy-doo that I added some color to? Uh-oh. I may have to do it again. I don't know what happened to it. Okay. And then we have our bubbles. Different sizes. Different colors. That's cute. That's cute. Like I said, I didn't want to make it too much. Can I see the shimmer on there? And then I may back it with, do a little border of, I don't know if I'll do it with green, orange. We'll see what colors we want to bring into it. All right. So I like the way that looks. I think that's good. Other than, like I said, put the stir stick behind the vellum. All right. Well, I'm going to glue this down and we will have a card. All right. All right. All right. Let me turn that light. We are glued down and we are shimmery. I just think that turned out really cute. I was going to show you too when you back it. Get some of the glue off my finger here. It can make a big difference. So you see this. And then here it is backed in the black. Then with the lime green. With an orange. See how it just really changes? I mean, it's the different colors that it brings out. I think I'm going to go ahead and back it in the lime green because if we put it up at work, the boards are black. So if I do the black, even though I think it looks the best, it's going to be black on black. So if I do it in the lime green, then it'll basically look like that, which will be really cool. All right, well, let me know what you think. I mean, Lisa Horton's interference inks, I think, just made it. Let me tell you. All right, well, let me know what you think. Yeah, and we'll make another one that's maybe a little creepier. Until next time, bye for now.